What's up, everybody? This is Kevin from Scuffleberg Outdoors, and in this video we are doing an in-depth build on the Nordic Crawl Dragon Fire and Ice chassis, a custom RC crawler. Stay tuned. Alright, as I said in the intro, we're building the Nordic Crawl Dragon, and there are no in-depth videos on the YouTubes, so I won't give you one. I mean, there is, but the dude don't talk. It's just printed subtitles on the screen with music. So, here we go. Let's get her unboxed. So, as you can see, we have the Nordic Dragon in red. The kit comes with links. The kit comes with the links, Traxxas rod ends and balls. It comes with a transmission, a skid plate. It comes with a front bumper, spreaders, a carrier bearing, sliders, chassis spacers. Yep. So I am going to get a few things kind of assembled, and then I'll show you what we did to spare making this video 30 plus minutes. Okay, so stay tuned. Alright, so the Nordic Dragon. Off camera I did do a couple things. I assembled the Desert Lizard, and there we go, the Desert Lizard 90mm shocks. The front bumper, all this kit, it comes in separate bags. So I assembled the front bumper. It's pretty simple. Comes in its own bag with the hardware. So I assembled the front bumper. I placed the transmission on the skid, which I'm not sure if I'm using this transmission or not. It seems kind of, I don't know. Anyway. I'm used to Team Garage Hack stuff that's built out of aluminum and whatnot. And I have also assembled all the links. They are marked with tape, so you know which ones are the uppers in the rear and the uppers and lowers in the front. Also, one thing to note, that the carrier bearing, I'm not sure why, but it does not have the holes drilled where you mount the drive shafts. I'm not sure if well, I guess I'm gonna have to drill my own holes or get a new one. I'm not real sure why the holes aren't drilled, if it's just something that got messed up. Anyhow, I've got that. And it also came with it is a winch servo mount for the chassis. Holds like a 99 micro style winch servo, which I don't use winch servos, so I think I might turn this into a battery tray with a little piece of aluminum on the front. I'm not sure yet. Kind of depends on the weight of the vehicle when we put it on the scale at the after final assembly. So what we'll do is we are going to get the links mounted to the skid plate, and probably get the skid plate mounted in a chassis. The skid plate bag comes with the screws you need to install the links. And for some reason, oh, here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the upper link and put it to the inside, and the lower link is going to mount to the chassis. So you'll take the upper links with the and insert those. This is the back. The upper links will insert right here and here, and they'll go out to the widest point of the chassis, and then I guess they would be the lowers. Okay, my bad. And then the upper links will mount to the chassis in the one of these holes right here. So what I'll do is I'll get that done, and then I'll show y'all, show y'all the deal, and we'll get back to it. Okay. Alrighty, so the Nordic Dragon here, as you can see, the links are mounted to the axles, to the skid plate, and to the chassis, picking one of these bolt holes here. Same with the front, from the skid plate to the front axle to the chassis, using one of these bolt holes here. The one thing that I did have to do is this position here, this one, here, and here, without having to adjust the links, unscrew the rod ends out a whole lot to get the camber, the pitch of the front axle and the rear axle was vertical, like the rear axle still vertical, and I don't like to have a lot of thread showing. So if you have an axial style rod end, I would recommend putting one of them on. They're a little bit longer than the Traxxas ones, and other than that, it's turned out. Now what you want to do now is you want to take your carrier bearing and get it to zoom, or there we go, your carrier bearing, and it will be mounted in these holes right here. You can mount it high or low. There's 2 mounting points. It fits right in with your bolts. And then, I've already got the front bumper installed. It's pretty simple. That comes with the hardware and the packaging. It goes right there. You can adjust it, forward. There's 3 bolt holes up here in the front that you can use, where you can slide it out a little bit or slide it in towards the chassis. I have mine tucked in all the way up against the chassis. The skid plate is simple. You just run the bolts that are supplied through the accessory trays, through the carbon fiber frame into the skid plate. Pretty simple, no big deal. We will get the carrier bearing put in, and then we have the I guess would be the winch mount for the front. There is a slot right here that's all lined up. It's kind of hard, it's not wanting to focus. Anyhow, so this piece will go in right there at the slot. Actually, you can mount it anywhere. I'm going to mount mine as low as possible because I'm thinking about making a battery tray out of this, depending on how far I have some small batteries that I'm going to use. Anyhow, so I'm thinking about making this a forward battery mount, and it would just, I don't know, we'll see about that. And then the last thing you want to do is, it comes with 3 spreaders, body spreader. Anyhow, so you want to put these, I've just got screws for my shocks. And so what most people do, since you have the front bumper, that'll be a chassis brace for the front, no problems. So what you want to do is probably put one of the chassis braces between these 2 shocks to keep from it pushing. I mean, it's got to take a lot of force to push the chassis together right there. Most time it really doesn't matter, but I would put one here and one in between these. Of course, this has got a lot of flex because there's nothing back here. So I'm going to put one at this shock mount. I'm going to put one at the rear shock mount, and then I'm going to put one here in the back. Plus, when you put the carrier bearing in there, it's going to stiffen it up pretty good too. So I will get that finished up, show you what it looks like, and I think that will pretty much complete the Nordic Dragon, or Nordic Crawl Dragon, Fire and Ice chassis build. So let me get this couple things done, and I'll show you what I got. So the Nordic Crawl Dragon Fire and Ice chassis, I'm assuming, because they come in red and blue, I have the fire because it's red. I don't know. That's my assumption. Anyhow, we've got it completed, and I will show y'all a few things. We have the chassis braces mounted between the front shocks. I did not put a chassis brace between the rear shocks because the bearing carrier and then the rear chassis brace, I mean, there's hardly any flex in there. So I did not mount the servo thing up here because I don't believe my battery idea is going to work up in the front. I'm probably going to have to use accessories trays for the ESC, the receiver, and the battery. But it's pretty much done. And let's I'm gonna get y'all some B-roll of this thing. So cue the B-roll now. Well, I hope y'all like the Nordic Crawl Dragon instructional. It is the kit model. Sorry, I don't think I've ever said that. Tutorial on how to, because it doesn't come with any instructions other than which link is the lower and the front and the rear. Other than that, it's a pretty cool kit. I can't wait to get it all finished up and everything. I will make another complete video with, motor, ESC, all that goodness in this coming soon. It's there's 12 inches of snow outside, so I'm really not in a big hurry to not be able to use it. So anyhow, hope y'all like this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, tell me what you think, and we will see you next time. This is Kevin from Scuffleberg Outdoors. Deuces.